Sports. It's in the game. It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Browns and the Steelers, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler Ball Club entering play. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
And leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Alabama.
And not the start that anyone really wanted. Maybe expected, though, 0-2 to begin. But that happens when you have a rookie quarterback. There are going to be some growing pains. But what I like is, around this team, the players, the coaching staff, all of them keep emphasizing how much they believe in him, and they expect the results to show themselves soon.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
York able to send this one through.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 87 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The Steelers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll run again with Harris, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
You look at this Browns defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
And he finds Austin complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the right side with Harris. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Lawrence. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
44 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Pierce, touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
You look at this Steeler defense.
Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so fourth from the bottom, Charles.
And I think plays like that will give them some confidence, something sorely needed going against this unit.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Now inside the 25.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second down and 8.
And Chubb will try the middle here.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Third and 4.
They'll look to throw here. It's caught. Lockett. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. This complete to Lockett. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 8. This is Ford.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Josh Reynolds, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good.
And we are tied at 14. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Lion. Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to wind up with a 1st down as he's able to even dive for a little extra yardage at the tail end there.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
59 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hey.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. 2nd and 3.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
They'll look to throw again. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. A little juke. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
A no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers' offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle, and he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9. And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. They'll run. Here's Harris.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
A give running right is Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And they take a 17-14 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Steelers' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, That's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Harris going to get it again on second down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this down to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run again with Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. This is Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Lawrence will throw. And he is caught. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Steelers have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cleveland offense making their way out. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Patrick Queen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Patrick Queen in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down.
The Browns on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And shutting him off, now open field. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Lawrence. Complete to Austin here over the middle.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. They run again with Harris. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
This is Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Pierce is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Boswell for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Here comes 2nd down.
He hits his target, Lockett. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. It's caught, Lockett. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Back to throw again. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
They'll look to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Lawrence to a knee, and that will write a finish to this one. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Pittsburgh, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the